So a week from today is Victory Day. It goes back to World War II when the Russians, along with the Allied forces, beat the Nazis in the Second World War. May 9th's very important day in Russia. When asked about this, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that Russia will not adjust its plans just to commemorate this day. Do you trust that?
No, I'm not a great person to trust Sergei Lavrov on anything, Rob. I do think we need to watch it very closely. I would like to compliment Speaker Pelosi, also something I don't do very often, for skipping the White House Correspondents' Dinner and actually going to Kiev and showing a great deal of personal courage. I think that was an extremely important moment. But speaking of the Congress, I have to raise this extraordinary request the president made last week for $33 billion in additional support for Ukraine. I don't know if your viewers are tracking that, but it's really unprecedented.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up, and I do want to talk about Nancy Pelosi, but I want to get your take on that $33 billion. Again, that was the president's request to Congress last week. We've already allocated almost $14 billion for aid to Ukraine, 3.5 of which has been spent. So why don't we spend the rest of that, almost $10 billion, before we start spending another $33 billion that we probably don't have right now?
Well, the whole situation is bizarre, and it worries me that they don't really have a strategy. They're just following their general principle of throwing money at things. 10 days ago, the president asked for 1.3 billion, 800 million in military, 500 in humanitarian. How did we get from 1.3 to 33 in a week? And then nobody even explains it. Why were they so wrong? And this wasn't, John Kirby, spitballing numbers with reporters. This was the president making a formal request for 1.3, saying he's going to send the supplemental up to Congress. And when he does, it's 33 billion. I mean, I really want to help the Ukrainians. I would love to see a Russian defeat in Ukraine. And I would spend the 33 billion, but not like this. No responsible member of Congress could possibly vote for this until they explain what happened.
Well, and asking for another massive spending package on the heels of the economic numbers, the economy shrinking last week for the first time since before the pandemic, down 1.4%. If we get another quarter of that, we are, boom, in recession, less than 2 years into Joe Biden's presidency. But I'm wondering what your take is on this sort of change in tone from NATO leaders, particularly in the United States and in Great Britain. They are now, I think when this war began, in the eyes of NATO, it was sort of damage control as it came to Ukraine. Now it's that we're all in, that Ukraine's going to win this, and that's been the message.
Well, it's certainly due to the heroism of the Ukrainian people and of President Zelensky. I mean, they deserve all of the credit here. But again, that's a worrisome question. Why were they so convinced 3 months ago that this was going to be over in 3 days? Why did they offer Zelensky, basically an escape hatch because they were sure the Russians were about to roll into Kiev? Again, this is another really bad intelligence failure on our part, and there's no accountability. I mean, bear in mind, these are all still the same people that got Afghanistan so spectacularly wrong.
Right.
And so, again, before we burden the taxpayer further, spend the money we have. There's unspent money also at USAID for things like democracy promotion and climate change. That can be reprogrammed. Why aren't we making those kinds of choices in a very difficult fiscal environment?
That's a great point, Victoria. Kherson becoming the first Ukrainian city to officially fall to the Russian army. It's being reported now that they have changed the currency from what they use in Ukraine to rubles. That's the currency that is used in Russia. What do you make of that? And the fact that this is not a situation where, President Zelensky and President Putin are going to get together at the negotiating table and work out a peace deal or a ceasefire. We're looking at what could be a long, protracted war, particularly in eastern Ukraine, all the way down through Crimea, Transnistria, and then ultimately maybe into Moldova. This could go on for a long time, couldn't it?
It could. And that's the other sort of surprising thing about the administration's lack of strategy. I mean, they said 2 months ago they were going to put on these incredibly biting sanctions and would know in a month if they've worked.
Right.
Well, we're 2 months in. They're clearly not changing Putin's behavior. They are having some effect. But why aren't we pushing it over the edge? Why aren't we enacting the sweeping energy sanctions? And at the same time, why isn't the administration really opening up the taps here, encouraging our production to really surge so we could make up for the Russian shortfall and not endure such high prices here? It's
Victoria,
really confounding. Yes.
We've just got about 20 seconds left, but what do you make of the nuclear threat? Do you think that's real?
Of course it's real. We have to take it seriously, and especially if Putin feels cornered, who knows what he may do. I mean, he has sanctioned at least the use of chemical weapons in Syria. He's capable of anything.
Right. Scary stuff. Victoria Coates, thanks so much for being on with us once again. Look forward to having you back. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.